Good morning, y'all. Listen, I've got my coffee this morning. Y'all know how I like to do. This time I've got cinnamon in it. But I am making this video because I am rereading this book. And those of you, I'm sure you probably know this book already. It's been out for a long time. It's called You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. And I was just going over the part that says the walls of your comfort zone are lovingly decorated with your lifelong collection of favorite excuses. Do I need to say that again? The walls of your comfort zone are lovingly decorated with your lifelong collection of favorite excuses. And it made me think about years ago, I used to say and think that travel wasn't important, that it wasn't a big deal if I had never gone on a vacation. I didn't grow up taking vacations. My family was not the one that we went to amusement parks out of town, that we didn't do cruises, we didn't do anything like that. We went to family reunions that were on the other side of town. So travel just wasn't in my environment at all. I did have an aunt and uncle that did take us on a camping trip, but that was still in the same state. And that was the closest I had ever gone to traveling. But throughout life, as I became older, it was just never on my radar. I always thought it would be out of reach. I always made all kinds of excuses. It would take so much money. I had kids. Oh my God, it would be so expensive to do that. The plane tickets and what would we do, and all kinds of excuses I had for not traveling. Then when I got involved with a network marketing company, and this was a long time ago, and we traveled for those conventions and things like that. So from city to city, right? And then, and even then at the time, my ex-husband was working at the airline company, so we could get, cheap tickets or what do you call them, buddy passes. But that still wasn't travel in my mind. That was traveling for business, right? But when it came to vacations and things like that, I just felt like I had every excuse in the world for not traveling. The fact is that the truth be told, I didn't feel like I was the person that would even have the money to do so. That would even, I don't know if deserving was the word, but it just didn't seem like that was something that I would do, because it didn't seem like I was the type of person, again, going back to that, who would be traveling out of the country. Like a passport. Why would I get a passport? That'll never happen. Like, really, those are things that I was thinking about. And fortunately, um, I made a decision to go to the Bahamas. And it was kind of strange how it came about, because at the time my daughter had a best friend whose mom worked for a travel agency, and they were gonna go on her, I think it was like her 16th birthday, they were booking a cruise. And so they had invited my daughter to go on this cruise. It was like a birthday cruise for their daughter turning 16. And I'm like, yes, absolutely, you can go, and at this time, I was making some coin from my job. So I'm like, yeah. And so, what do I need to pay to have you go? So we did all that. And it was just for her to go. And then I started thinking, like, maybe, I don't know, a couple of weeks into them planning it, I guess. And I was like, I want to go on this cruise to the Bahamas. Now, I had never done anything like that before. Like I told you, I had never thought anything. Just making that decision was out of my comfort zone in terms of thinking mentally. And so I went on the cruise, needless to say, and it completely changed my world. That's why when I read The Walls of Your Comfort Zone are lovingly decorated with your lifelong collection of favorite excuses, because I had a ton of excuses as to why travel was not important to me, and why travel wasn't within reach for me, and how I didn't have time to travel. I didn't have the money to travel, or whatever, all these excuses. And I'm saying this to you in hopes to help you realize that whatever you are experiencing by staying in your comfort zone, it really is just well thought about, dressed up excuses. And once you break out of that comfort zone, maybe for you, it's not the idea of travel. Maybe you are traveling the world. I'm preparing for a vacation now, but maybe it's starting that business that you've been wanting to start. Maybe it's that side hustle that you've been wanting to start. Maybe it's something like redecorating your home or repurposing a room. It could be something small like that. It could be, I don't know, maybe putting yourself back out there in the dating pool, so to speak. I don't know what it is for you, but I do know that this is so true, that your comfort zone, there is no growth in your comfort zone. None. If I hadn't made that first step, I'm going to tell you, if I had made that first step and made that decision to go on that cruise, that family cruise to the Bahamas, and this was back in 2013 to be exact, okay? If I hadn't done that, I would not have traveled the world after that, because literally making that one decision, getting out of my comfort zone, going on that cruise, having an amazing experience, literally led me the following year and several years afterwards to travel the world just behind stepping out of my comfort zone. So I want to encourage you this morning. This book is amazing because it is talking about money, but in order to get to the money, you got to get outside of here, right? So I love this book, which is why I'm rereading it. But I also want to encourage you this morning to do whatever it is you need to do to get outside of your comfort zone. It could be one small step. It could be one decision, like that one decision for me to get on that cruise and really open up my whole world. What's that one small step that you can take today that will definitely lead you to getting out of your comfort zone? Leave it in the comments. Tell me if you've done something that has gotten you out of your comfort zone. Leave that in the comments, because that could be inspiring to someone else. Or if there's something that you're going to do today to help you get out of your comfort zone, leave that in the comments. Again, that can be inspiring to someone else, and I'll be your biggest cheerleader to watch you move on out of your comfort zone and start getting towards that life and that lifestyle that you really, really want to have. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, just like I'm going to enjoy the rest of this great cup of coffee. Peace.